Okay, so we've seen now how we can charge a body by friction, right? By moving it, by rubbing, the frictional force causes you. Now, basically, when we were dealing with friction, both the bodies we were using were neutral, right? For example, the plastic in your hair. Your hair is neutral as well as the plastic is neutral. So you're making something charged out of nothing. Now we're going to look into the second way of charging a body. The second way to charge a body is by something known as conduction. Now what is conduction? Well, conduction just means touching something. If I have a neutral body, that's neutral. I have a charged body. Let's say this is negative. This is negative, this is neutral. When I touch this to this, what I'm doing is this is negative. Why? Why is this negative? This is negative because it has excess electrons. It has more electrons. It has more negative charge than positive charge. So when I touch it, electrons see that, well, there's too many here. There's nothing there. They jump. When they see that they're in contact with the neutral body, the electrons will move there. Electrons are the runners. They always want to move. Positive doesn't care. Positive is just going to sit there. So there's a whole bunch of electrons and protons and neutrons in here, and it's neutral. This is negative. When I touch it, electrons are going to move from this into that. Now, why are electrons moving? Because everything in nature wants to be in equilibrium. They want to be equal. So if this is charged, this is not charged, this wants to make this charge so that both of these become the equal. They both are equal. They're both charged equally or equally uncharged. So when you touch it, electrons will move until this charge and this charge are the same, so that touching them makes nothing, makes no difference. It's just like water. If you have water in two containers, right? And this one has more, this one has less, and you connect them with a pipe from bottom, what happens? Water from this will move into that until the level of water is equal. The same way, charges want to move so that they can equalize the effect, not neutralize. It doesn't necessarily have to be neutralized. In this case, the electrons moving in here, basically what are we trying to do? We're trying to charge it, right? We're not trying to neutralize, we're trying to charge it. So we had this body which was negative, right? And we had this body which had no charge, right? So when I touch this to that, what happens is these electrons are going to move in here. Tell me, in another case in which this was negative and this was neutral, what would happen? Again, electrons would move like that. What if this was neutral and this was positive? What do you think? Electrons would still go here. Can you see that electrons are the things that move? Protons don't care. Protons are just gonna sit there. Electrons always run. They're the runners. So now we know how we can charge by friction and by conduction.